Hi, everybody. Happy September 1st. Holy smokes. It's actually feeling a little more fall-like these days. It's so cool. So I wanted to, I made it a commitment this month. I'm going to start doing some Facebook Lives a couple times a week. And my purpose in doing this is because first of all, the fall gives us a chance to get a running start to finish out the year strong. So we don't feel like that the whole year just got away from us. And boy, 2020's been a bitch. It's been a tough one. So what can we learn from 2020 and how can we end it in a way that's super positive for ourselves? I have a whole email series I'm going to be putting out on this. It's not whole it's like 4 emails, not a ton, but I'll be putting them out throughout the month just on how to end strong this year, how to get hope from the rest of this year, how to make your holidays rock. You know, it's all about just taking control so we don't feel like victims. And if you're interested, there's a button on the page and you can sign up for the email list. Many of you are probably already on it, and you know I don't inundate you unless I've got something to say. So I really, I really respect the fact that you share your email address with me. But I got to tell you that Facebook doesn't let us really share very well. It's very tough. I have over 80,000 people on my list here on Facebook, and maybe a handful of you see my posts. That's just the way Facebook is. So the more if you haven't actually liked the page, please like the page, because that bumps me up in the Facebook algorithm. And then like the posts and comment on the posts. All of that adds up to Facebook giving us a little boost. And that way I can share all the stuff that I have to share. Oh, good, Richard, I'm so glad. I'm gonna read a little bit from the book in a few minutes here. So, hey, JP. Aw. So please do get on the email list. I won't abuse you. I will only share with you. You don't have to read the emails. You can always delete them. But I would appreciate it, because when I do have some really important things to share, I can actually reach you. That's the thing about the social media, is they're awesome, but it just flies by, and I can't really connect to you in the same way. So please sign up for the emails, and please like the page. It's actually like the page. It really helps. It means so much. And every time you share one of my posts, it means so much. So I just want to say thank you for that, and ask you to continue to do that. We're about to go into some fundraising for Penny Lane. You guys know that. So we need, I'm going to need your support. I'm just going to need you to share, even if you cannot donate. We're going to start early this year because we know it's been financially really hard on people. So don't put it here, Richard. There's a sign-up box, and I probably, even though I like to go back and I like to look through the comments, Facebook doesn't even let me see all your comments. So that's why we need to have email, so that we can really be in touch. All right, so that's one of the things I wanted to ask you to do, because we also have some big announcements coming up. We have been working really, really hard. This has been I have visions, and here I was with a travel business, right? And bam, the pandemic hits. So we've shifted gears and gone into some online events, but the events are not just fan-based. Of course, they're fan-based for us because we love this stuff, right? I'm a nerd. I love all this stuff, but it's also about what brings us joy, what gives us hope, what makes us better people, what helps us step outside of the negative feelings, get more into the positive feelings. How do we structure things? So I interview our celebrities who have made these big decisions on how to put their life in a more positive way. And that's what we talk about. So it's not just, yes, we answer your questions, we have a great time nerding out together, and then we delve into some heavy stuff. So our next 2 guests coming up in October are people that are not on Babylon 5. They're on another huge show that I had a connection to. And I'm really excited, and we're getting ready to announce that. Don't miss the announcements, please. So get on those emailing lists. Get on the one here on the fan page. You can also go to B5 Events, that page, and you can sign up there. Also, please like that little page. I have so few likes on that page, B5 Events. And we're really trying to make it, we're trying to build a business in the middle of a pandemic. It is not easy. But it's exciting. So we've got not only that going on, but then I have been building a new platform that we are going to be releasing this month, along with a couple of my celebrity friends who are going to support me in doing this. But you're going to want to know about that. There's free stuff on that. There's paid stuff on that. So please do help me reach you. Help me let you know. And I can only do that if you're on my email list. If you've liked the page, you have a chance to see a notification when new posts come up. You have a chance. It doesn't always work. Facebook is a bitch. It just does what it wants to do. And, we have to accept that about the social medias. But if you are on the email list, you will actually get a note from me. And I would really, really appreciate it. So we've got the new event coming up. I've got a whole series of emails that are going to go out this month. And we've got this new platform that we're building that I am so excited for you to take a look at and get your feedback on. And then the last thing before I start reading an excerpt from the book. Oh, thanks, David. Thank you. I don't spam you. We have taken in a lot of comments, and people have suggested, especially because of B5 Events, that we start a Patreon account, start a Patreon page. So I've been looking into that and working on it, and I wanted to ask you to let me know what perks you want. If I were to start a Patreon page, what kind of perks would you want? So if you could email me at pattallmannewsletter@gmail.com, that would be great. And then you can let me know. Perks. It's a perk. I guess that's what they call them, right? So if you were to chip in a couple bucks a month, what would be the perks that you would like? And please don't be, gross or, ridiculous about it. Please help me think of this, as I have a massive amount of apps and support platforms going on that I am paying for. It's costing me, you don't even want to know what it's costing me a month. And I need to find a way to defray those costs. So one of the things that we're working on is an Amazon link page, so that if you see things, you can buy them through the link, and then I get a little bit of credit for it. But also the idea of a Patreon account would be that you chip in a few bucks a month and you get something going off, because we've got the writer's workshop coming up in 15 minutes. Then I know how much money we've got coming in, what I can afford to do, and how you can afford me to build these things. So it's a what do you call it? A give and take. It's a win-win for sure. And what would make that super appealing for you? Now, so I'll probably ask you more about that coming up. But what I wanted to do, this is my book, Pleasure Thresholds. And one of the things that I learned in writing this book was about kind of what a remarkable time. There was 5 years I was working on Babylon 5, and I was also working on Star Trek, and I was shooting all these other movies, and it was an incredibly intense time for me. It was working so hard and moving so fast. It was really, really hard to, you can also, I think Jess might be, you can sign up right here on the Facebook page. There should be a box like under the big banner. There should be a little blue button or something. Thanks, David. There you go. You can do that. Oh, Jess is posting links, so you'll have all the info you need. So writing the book gave me a chance, but you can see all my sweet friends, all my darling friends. You can experience with me again that period of time, I got to go back and live it again and kind of go, whoa, I forgot about that. You know, I was moving so fast and working so hard, and I had a baby in the middle of it as a single mom. So, you know, it's so much just was a blur. So going back through and actually writing this, and then what we did was, my editor, Jason Davis, said, hey, you know what, I wanted to do an updated version, and he said, here's the questions you need to answer. Here are the things you need to talk about, and this is what the fans will want to know. So we added chapters and photos and information from this. So it was originally published in 2011, and then I let it go out of print. I just wasn't happy with it anymore. I wanted to do something else with it. And then it took me years to get my head around what I wanted to do. And finally, Kirk, who designed it, and Jason, who edited it, just said, this is what we need to do. They just pushed me and kicked me in the ass until I did it. and it is much better. I didn't change anything inside the book. I just added to the book. And that seemed to make me feel better. So yeah, without further ado, you can't get it. It's what? No, it's only available through me. You can only buy the book through me. And I do that for a reason, because I've been locked down in this pandemic, and they're all autographed. If they come from me, I can autograph them, right? So you go to that link, and you can buy the book, and you'll get an email from me saying thank you. And then you'll get, when I ship the book, you'll get an email saying it's shipped, and then you can track it. So I ship to all over the world and everything. Jess has been posting the link, and we'll post it again. But the link, there's different shipping options depending on where you are. And I can also control how cheap it's shipped, because I can make it the cheapest way possible for you guys. I'm really into that. But I have spent thousands of dollars with USPS, so I feel pretty good about that, shipping all the books out. But I do it from my own home, and you get a book from me. And they're all signed copies. Okay, so I think I've said that enough, right? All right, so I thought maybe what I could do is I have got a little bit of time. I can read for a few minutes. I'm just going to read the introduction to the 2020 edition. I wish it need not have happened in my time, said Frodo. So do I, said Gandalf, and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what we do with the time that is given to us. J.R.R. Tolkien, The Fellowship of the Ring. Who thought we would live to see such times? A country divided, hate and racism celebrating, rights rolled back. Fear is the norm. The once mighty United States of America is a joke to the rest of the world. The country that voted in a reality TV celebrity as POTUS. I'm traveling enough these days to hear what the world is saying about us. It hurts, and a great deal of it is true. The books and works we love illuminate such cruel oppression. The bright glow of heroes and heroines who dared to stand up for what they believe in, knowing full well they were more likely to be destroyed, give us hope. We need these books more than ever. If it is true that the mind creates reality for the hosts, and I believe that it is, it must also be important to focus on what is real, sift through the distractions to find the truth, and then use the imagination to create solutions. The arts are not a luxury. They are how we advance as a civilization. It's using the imagination. It's creation. The books, films, and TV shows we love unleash our imaginations, giving us a respite from the pressures of daily life and opening our minds to other possibilities. I have to admit that I'm stunned we are backsliding the way we are, precisely because we have such a wealth of sci-fi and fantasy shows that illustrate the pitfalls of such greed, fear-mongering, and thirst for power. Haven't we learned anything on the bridge of the Enterprise? Didn't we learn from the decadence of the Lannisters? Can't we learn from the One Ring, for fuck's sake? In a light of world events, how does my little book have meaning? Should I even be spending time on such a thing when there is much deeper work to be done for my country? I think doing the deep personal work is exactly what we should be doing as a nation and as a citizen of the world. Over the past 8 years, since the first edition of Pleasure Thresholds, my life has changed completely. I saw that everything I'd been doing either didn't work at all or wasn't working the way I thought it was supposed to. The path in la-la land I was on heaved, twisted, and bucked me off abruptly into the thorn bushes of truth. For a while, I just lay there, broken and bleeding. Then I started to crawl around, still stunned and bewildered. Eventually, I found some direction, short paths that led to other paths, which to take. Where do I want to go? For the first time in my life, I really didn't know. And that journey is the subject of another book, so I won't subject you to it now. My quest was to find meaning, a new path that felt right, and the courage to take it up, no matter what it revealed. I met a lot of you along that road. I traveled to Bali, London, Paris, Hawaii, Edinburgh, Cape Town, India, remote towns in France, Landolozi, and New Zealand. This new world has taken me to you. Some of my old friends are along those paths too. Courage I needed daily, the strength to see the truth, what is real. Where am I fooling myself, lying, procrastinating? To discover this, I needed a compass, tools, and I found them, and I learned to use them. I found myself looking at my past in a new way, a clearer way, more honest and truthful. While I looked with the principles of integrity, truth, and my compass, I've come to see that by doing this inner work, I'm clearing up what's been causing me so much distress. Discomfort isn't a state I have to be in all the time. What? When I look at the stories I've been telling myself, the false beliefs, and questioning it all with genuine curiosity, I could finally see clearly. And then I discovered a new sensation. Peace. I'm more open and teachable. My goal is to have the guts to accept the truth. And how can that be a bad thing? I still have a couple minutes. Wouldn't it be more interesting if people could find their way to questioning old stories and beliefs and letting go of what made them suffer? I've had things shift and become so much more joyous once I was willing to let go. My connections to people like you deepen. How would the world change? How would I change? How would you? I have become so incredibly interested in making the changes that would open up our lives. Sometimes it's not even a huge change and upheaval. It's small things, awarenesses that can completely shift the course of our lives from something mundane to magnificent. My change, of course, has led me to deeper connections to you, the people who love B5, fantasy, and sci-fi in general. I didn't know where the path I was following was going. I'm still uncertain as to the final destination, and I think that's right where I'm supposed to be. It's a never-ending wonder. My interests are leading me to explore deeper personal growth, which is opening up some coaching opportunities. I'm loving sharing what I'm learning. There are simple tools we can use to create new openings into a life well worth living. A big part of my experiences since 2014 has to do with transformational travel. What does that mean? I experienced life-changing insights while I was on the road. My first trip was a writing trip to Bali. My next big transformational trip was to South Africa with my coach, Martha Beck. I saw how being outside my familiar environment could provide the backdrop for opening up the changes I wanted to make. Here's a picture of me washing an elephant in Bali on an elephant sanctuary. I wanted to bring the possibility of life offering insights into the range of everyone who could benefit from the experience, which includes, well, everybody. My tribe were nerds like me, maybe like you. One of my mutant powers is creating events that delight people. I love taking care of folks and empowering them, a delicate balance. My business, Quest Retreats, is the result of those big, scary leaps I have taken while traveling on the road unknown, spiritually and physically. I'm going to pause here. Anyway, yeah, so I had started this travel business, which I will get back to, but it's going to take us a while. So, with the help of Jess and JP and my partner Glenn and Rusty, who you know, and a few other folks, we've put together a new platform, and we're going to be sharing more of this with you as we go. So please do sign up for the emails, and I'll be back. I'm going to do a couple of lives a week. That's my commitment to you. And if you sign up or if you like the page, you'll be notified then when we go live again. Okay, so have a great rest of your day. We're going to go on to our writer's workshop. It's a free writer's workshop. And providing more sci-fi for the world. Yay! And love you very much. Stay well. Take care of each other. We're going to end this year strong. All right? Bye.